Amen. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, moving from deliverance to development. I am into revelation. And God has given new revelation once again. I'm going to say something in the beginning of this sermon that's probably going to be the most important part of this sermon. That is, ladies and gentlemen, I saw you put that on Facebook, whether you like that. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe God is not so more concerned about your destination than he is your journey. Maybe God does not set the journey for the destination, but he sets the destination for the journey. Because, watch this, the lessons you need to learn are not at the destination. You don't need to learn the lesson when you get there. You need to learn the lesson on the journey. Oh, y'all hearing me? So that when you get there, you can stay at the destination. Oh, y'all gonna help me in this thing today? It's on the journey that you learn the things you need to learn. So God, watch this, for Israel is not just gonna become their God of deliverance. He's gonna become their God of development. And he's going to become their personal escort. Because watch this, y'all. God just can't give you a promise without giving you a problem. Y'all better hear me in this morning. God cannot let you have power without let you having pain. Can I park the car right here, Sister Morris, and put it in neutral, and I come back and put it back in drive? See, that's the reason why, this is good right here. That's the reason why we got wimpy Christians in the church. It's because we are now in a church, not of your grandmama and your granddaddy. Are you hearing me? Listen to this. We are now in a season of church where we have, saying, a generation who know how to celebrate but don't know how to suffer. Did I say something, Pam? Huh? We're in a generation that know how to party and praise, but don't know how to suffer in pain. Can I talk in here? Yeah, we know how to celebrate, but they don't know how to suffer. That's why something is off somewhere. God will never let you celebrate without letting you have some suffering. Can I preach? Huh? Israel don't know how to get to Canaan, so God got to be an escort. But escorting them there, he has to let them go through some things. But he said, I'm going to keep you while you're going. So I'm going to be a pillar by day and fire by night to lead them to the promise. When you find time, read Exodus 13 chapter, because it tells us that, watch this, they had two options to get to Canaan. It ain't that deep. Can I show you what option they had? They had a long route and a short route. Are you hearing me? The short route would be a 3-day journey. The long route, they had to go all the way around the Red Sea. Ladies and gentlemen, contrary to popular opinion, God does not want you to be taking shortcuts. If there is a shortcut where you can get somewhere, it may not be God. Because God is a God that will take you the long way, because going the long way, you learn lessons. Boy, this good already, ain't it? Y'all hear me? God did not choose the short route for him. He chose the long route. Y'all slow. God chose the long route, the Red Sea. The short route, if they would have went the short route, they would have faced the Philistines. Y'all missed it. God chose the long route round the Red Sea way. If they would have went the short route, they would have faced the Philistines. Y'all ain't got to get, I'll break it down. If they would have went the short route, they would have ran into some enemies they can't handle. God knew that they ain't prepared enough yet to fight, because guess what? They've been enslaved all their life, and they don't know how to fight. Are y'all hearing me? See, that's why when you get out of bondage, when you get delivered, God has to develop you to know how to fight through some things in your life. See, the problem with a lot of us here, we got delivered, but we ain't developed. So we still look like we in bondage. Good God, this is good already. Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, you got to know how to fight. God knew they would have running. He knew they would have ran into some fights that they couldn't win. The Philistines, okay, they had been enslaved. Sometimes God takes you the long way because he's keeping you from something you can't handle yet. Sometimes God takes you the long way, watch this, to avoid troubles that you might get in. And the number one reason is, let's be real, God takes you the long way because he knows some of y'all ain't got deliverance from people. And you may run into some folks that you know you're going to act a fool when you meet them. So he'll send you around so you don't meet them people that you know you done had encounters that didn't go real well. Oh, y'all too holy. I'm going to be real up in here. There's some folks right now, I need to go around the Red Sea way. As much Jesus as I got and Holy Ghost I got, I don't know right now how I'm on there. Can I be wrong now? He's still developing me. So he's still taking me on some long routes. Are you hearing me? Here's the second thing. He got to give them, he got to give Israel time. Here's why he wanted them to go the long route. He's got to give you time. I mean, Israel time to get to know him. Okay, Moses says, God, who shall I say sent me? God said, you tell him I am that I am. That's Genesis 3:12. God, tell them I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In other words, watch it, you tell them I'm their dad is God. Because they don't know me yet. Because watch this, they ain't been through enough yet to know me. Y'all miss y'all shout right there. Woo! You don't get to know God just by saying God, just by reading this Bible. Y'all don't want to talk to me today. You don't get to know God just by reading the Bible. You get to know God by hell you go through, troubles you got to face, sickness you got to deal with. I wish I had a witness. Y'all should have let me preach last week. That's when you get to know God. So anybody run to me and tell me I know God and ain't been through nothing, no, baby, you know about God. Am I doing all right, Lamont? You know about God. But when you get to know God, you've been through some wilderness experience. They ain't been through nothing. He says to get to know me. So watch this. So I got to take them through some stuff if they're going to get to know me. Okay. I'm going to take them through the wilderness. And ain't no supermarket. But they're going to know I'm the one that feeds them. I'm going to take them in the wilderness. And they ain't going to have no water. They're going to find out I'm water out of a rock. I'm going to take them in a wilderness, and they ain't going to have no shelter, but they going to know I'm a refuge and a hiding place. You got to go through something to really get to know who God is. Okay, touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, God has to take you through to get you to know him. I need 20 witnesses in this house. I'll be 21 in this house. They can stand up and testify that now you done had some experiences with God because of what you went through, and now you know who God is. Your mama, and your daddy used to tell you about God. But when you went through your hell, you can tell your mama and daddy about your God. I'm trying, Jones. Because this when you've been through something. Because your God had some bad days. But when you went through them bad days and your God brought you out, watch this. You had no money, but he still fed you. Some of us had no job, but your bill still got paid. Some of us had no insurance, but he wouldn't even let you get sick. I wish I had a witness. Oh, I've been right there, had no insurance and never got sick. That's how I got to know who God is. And in knowing who God is, I found out what God will do. Oh, y'all wouldn't hear me in this house. Now you've been through some stuff till you can tell folks about who your God is. Because here's the reason why you got to go through some stuff. Because mom and daddy got you out. They God did. But when you got your own relationship, it's your God that's going to get you through. Because if you don't know your God can get you through, you'll quit on the journey. But I'm preaching a sermon, make it small, because God, here it is, here where I want to be. God is not interested in delivering you and you don't know him. That's why he has to take you on the long journey. Okay. So I'm going to take them on the long route to give them time to get to know me. That was God's path. Take them on the long route. Because, watch this, it's more about his revelation than it is your destination. Do you know good to get there and you don't know God? Y'all got it now. It's about his revelation than it is your destination. Because, watch this, here it is, because I can't just deliver you and not develop you. Can I teach y'all a little bit and I'll be out of here? Yes, I can. Okay. God, say this with me. I hope you don't shout when you say it, because it should be a part of some of y'all lives. Say this. Say, God, minus in deliverance, but he majors in development. Okay, y'all too cute. You wouldn't be where you at right now if you hadn't been through what the hell you went through. He minors in deliverance and majors in development. Okay. Here's the problem. In the CHURCH. If some of us get more development, you need less deliverance. Man, I ain't got no seat to sit down on. They'll mess me up. If you get more development, you need less deliverance. Oh, y'all hear me? Because I can't just deliver you, God says, and not develop you. Can I teach y'all? Yes, I can. Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, Now look at him. Y'all ain't look at him. Y'all I got 11 minutes. Say, God is trying to develop you through some hard stuff. Huh? See, that's why some of us keep falling at the same stuff. That's why some of us keep falling, tipping, dipping, nipping, slipping, tripping. It's because, watch this, we got delivered, but we never got developed. Our problem in the church is we want God to give us a one-time fix. Even a junkie know you can't get a one-time fix. Even a junkie know that if I hit it, I got to come back for some more. Y'all sit right there. See, the reason why some of us, we come here, get delivered, get set free, and we may not see you no more for another 2 months. And by the time you get back, you back in the same place you were before you came to the altar. What you don't understand is, after deliverance comes development. You got to start becoming consistent. See how quiet it done got now, Mama Chapman? You got to start becoming consistent in the things of God. Because if you don't, it'll look like you never got delivered. Can I talk in this house? Huh? If you get more, say this, if you get more development. Come on, say it louder. If you get more development, you'll need less deliverance. Huh? Quit trying to make God a God that's a one-time fix. Huh? God deliver you, now it's up to you to put yourself in position for development. Are y'all hearing me? Watch it. Let me teach this. Can y'all, Pastor, teach this? See, that's why you got to keep coming to church consistently. Because here it is. 90% of the time, the stuff you need deliverance from is the stuff you need development in. Ooh, that's good. The stuff you usually need deliverance from is the stuff you need development in. Ooh, that's as good. Oh, in other words, if we get developed, watch this. You won't need me 6 times a year. You ain't got to call on me to pray for you every time a little trouble show up. Are y'all hearing me? See, the fact that, y'all going to get mad at me today, but the fact that every time you get in trouble, you got to call on the pastor is a sign you ain't developed yet. This black boy preaching up in here. Can I get a witness? Because when you get developed and you've been through enough, you've already seen God do it enough to where you can get down on your own knees and call on your own God. And if it don't happen then, you can call on pastor and say, Pastor, be in prayer with me. Y'all miss, y'all shout. I did not say be in prayer for me, but be in prayer with me. I'm doing the best I can. Touch your neighbor, say, neighbor. Come on, tell him, neighbor. He feeling all right here. The Bible says, watch this. They following God. It's going to get hot up in here and I'll be gone. God leads them to a place called the Red Sea. Y'all slow. They get led to a place called the Red Sea. Y'all, here's the problem. They can't swim. They just came out of slavery, and God leads them to a Red Sea. God know they can't swim. Y'all sit right there. God know you can't stand her. God know you don't like him. And God leads you to an opposition and an obstacle. Oh, y'all hearing me? Because God knows the only way you're going to get to know me is you're going to have to face some stuff that you don't like. Good God, I'm preaching in here. They can't swim, and God knows it, and he lead them to a place of opposition. The Red Sea is in front. Pharaoh is behind. Hey, God, we've been in jail 400 years. Why you do this? They didn't never teach us how to swim back yonder. What do you do, church, when following God leads you in, but it don't lead you out? Exodus 14, you got it? Look at Exodus 14, 4 and 5. Read that, and we're going to get on this horse in about 10 minutes and ride out of here. Okay, Exodus 14, look at verse 4 and 5. Pam, read it.
And I will harden Pharaoh's heart that he shall follow after them.
Come on.
And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord, and they did so. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people, and they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us?
Read on.
And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots.
That's a lot of folks.
And all the chariots of Egypt, and captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand.
Okay. God tells Pharaoh, hey, man, I want you to go get them. That's what he said. They are entangled by the enemy now. God said, I want you to go get them. And I'm going to allow them to be entangled by the enemy. Here's the reason. Because I want them to look defeated. Are you hearing me? Because when they think you're entangled, I'm really setting the enemy up. Because when they start coming after you, they got to run into me. If you know you ain't done that wrong, Truman, to anybody, don't run away from them rascals. Stay where you are, because God don't make them run into him. Oh, y'all hearing me? Because the enemy think that you are the trap. You ain't the trap. You the bait. You the bait that God is using to trap your enemy. They trying to set you up, and God is setting the enemy up. And he's using you as the bait. Because when they come after you, God said they're going to run into me. Hey, hey, hey. High five your neighbor and say, neighbor, God's setting your enemy up. Okay. Let them clicks click on. Let them spread rumors. Let them get you fired. Because God said, when they start coming after you, they got to run into me. Atlanta, that's what happened to you. That's why you got fired, and then you call God. I ain't God, but I'm God's ambassador, and I picked up heaven's phone. and they ran into God, and they got drowned in the Red Sea. Preach, boy. High five your neighbor. Say, hey, the enemy got to run into God. So I let them, here it is. Y'all sit down. I let Israel look vulnerable. Huh? Watch this. Huh? So I'm designing, here it is, because I'm designing their victory by making them look defeated. Ladies and gentlemen, Israel's at the Red Sea. Pharaoh said, let's go after them, because they are now entangled. And they can't move. Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, it's just a setup. Tell them it's a setup. See, that's why you got to be careful. Be careful how you run your mouth on me. Because the same trap you're setting up is the trap you're going to get caught up in. I might look like I'm the trap, but really I'm the bait. Be careful how you try to dog people. Sister Debbie, people better be careful who you talk about. Because I've learned this, because every ditch you dig, you might be digging your own grave. Because God said, I'm making your victory valid by making you look vulnerable. I'm trying to do the best I can, brother. Okay. So part of my plan, God says, is I'm going to strike Pharaoh with a hardened heart. Okay, I got 10 minutes. I'm going to strike him with a hardened heart. The Bible says he had a heart that was hardened. Ask me what it is. Ask me what it is. A hardened heart is the inability, not ability, but it's the inability to change your mind. God wanted him to go after him and not change his mind, because God was setting him up. Okay. Y'all, I need about 5 of y'all raise your hand. Because the truth is, 98% of us in here, if you be real, let's say it like this. Anybody ever been somewhere to do something you ain't got no business doing, and you know you ain't got no business going and doing? And you knew the risk of what it could be of you going and doing it. And on your way to go to do what you know you shouldn't be doing, and the risk you face on your way, somehow, God gave you the ability to change your mind. See, some of us ought to be thanking God for the ability to change our mind, because if you didn't have the ability to change your mind, you would have got yourself in something that would have killed you. God is the one that sent Pharaoh. And gave him the inability to change his mind. He think you weak when God is really using you to mess him up. Watch this. Y'all missed the whole thing. So God took Israel this route for the purpose of getting rid of their enemy. Oh, y'all hearing me? Sometimes, I'm almost done, God has to let a crisis show up so you can get rid of some people that you know can't go in the next season of your life. I'm going to rewind that. Do-do-do-do-do. Sometimes God let a crisis show up in your life to get rid of some people, because guess what? Some folks realize that when stuff get hard for you, they can't hang with you no more. Because they only there for the good times, not the bad times. I'm preaching murder. Okay. I'll show you what I mean. Here's the best part of the sermon. Here's the best part. Okay. I had an uncle named Willie Caldwell. My dad's brother. He had a house. I think I used to show you, sweetheart, where I used to live at. Uncle Willie right down the corner right there when you come around the curve from our house. Okay. In front of Larry Bishop. Okay. His house burnt down. But part of the house was still standing. You know, some were just burnt though. Messed up. They went in to access the damage, Lamont. When they went in, they found a dead snake inside of the house and inside the wall. I'm going to try it again. House burned down. They went inside, found a dead snake in the wall. Died on a house fire. They put the fire out, found the snake. They found a dead snake in the wall of the house. Y'all slow. The snake was in the wall of the house. When the house was up, the snake was still in the house. But it took a fire to break out to kill a snake that wasn't supposed to be in that house. Y'all sit right there. Sometimes God let a fire show up in your life because there's some snakes in your circle that don't need to be in your circle. So God will let stuff get hot for you so them snakes can slither out. He'll allow stuff to show up for you till that stuff starts happening in your life. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, God lets some mess break out to kill some snakes who ain't got no business in your circles. Because God knows that snakes, even if they leave, can leave poison behind. That's why when some folks who had snakes with them, those folks left, but now you acting like them because they poison done got to you. They gone, but they poison got you. Are y'all hearing me? Do I have a witness in this house that God will send you a good crisis to take out people who don't need to be in your future? Are y'all hearing me? See, I let you have trouble so I can take out some snakes because you didn't hear them. They were doing it the whole time. You just didn't hear it because you so caught up in them. The snake ugly, but you say it look good. The snake is dangerous, but you say ain't no harm to him. Boy, I'm preaching good today. Are y'all hearing me in this house? Here's the last thing. I'm done. I am done. This text teaches us about the plan of God, the path of God, but lastly, the position. Look at verse 19 and 20. Pam, read it. We out of here. Have y'all been blessed today? Amen. Y'all said, Pastor, I ain't done. Yes, he is. I promise you I'm out of here in less than 5 minutes. Read verse 19, 20. Depending on how fast you can read it. Watch it, read.
And the angel of the Lord, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. Mm-hmm. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them. But it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all night.
Okay. Now, they at the Red Sea? And now God is ahead of them. Now gets behind them. God that was ahead of them, now God gets behind them. That's major. Because Pharaoh is chasing them. God stepped in between them. I did this in another sermon from years ago. I'm going to do it right now. Okay. Lamont, come here. Jones, come here. Gary, don't worry. Hold your head up. I ain't going to call you. Stand beside each other. Well, go that way. Turn, Jones. Okay, stand behind them, Lamont. And we out of here. I promise you, we out of here. Here's what happened. Okay. Jones, you Israel. Lamont, you God. Get ahead of him, Lamont. That's God. Get ahead of him, Lamont. God got ahead of him. You know why he was ahead of them? Because he was their escort on their way to the promised land. Start walking. Stop. Pharaoh is coming. God trying to kill their enemy. God hardened his heart. Y'all miss y'all child. So Pharaoh is running behind them. Okay. Come on, Truman. Can I use you for 1 second? You ain't got to do that hard. Come on. Okay. God got ahead of them. Pharaoh started running behind them. Oh, y'all hearing me? Okay, watch this. Here's Pharaoh. God, Israel. Pharaoh started coming. When they knew, stop right there, Pharaoh. When they knew Pharaoh was coming, switch, Lamont and John. God switched position. John, stay where you at. Switch position. Now, Israel is still going forward. Y'all ain't got it yet. Y'all ain't got it yet. Can I tell you why? Because God got in between the enemy and where they were going. Can I get a witness? And as long as they kept walking, God stayed in between. Y'all stop right there. Hold on. Because God will always get between your future and your past. Pharaoh is Israel's past. That's why he's after them. Because whether you want to be holy or not, you trying to get away from your past, but your past still trying to catch up with you. And if your tail don't develop after you've been delivered, you gonna let your past go past God and catch up to you. That's why you got to come to church. That's why to stay developed. That's why I'm begging you to come to Bible study. Because your past is after you. Your past ain't forgot you. Can I show you how it ain't forgot you? As saved as you are, you still like stuff you ain't got no business liking. Huh? You can be holy, but you can't be fake. Are y'all hearing me in this house? Huh? I don't drink beer. I ain't drunk beer since I don't know when, but when I go by, it smells good. Y'all sit right there. When I go to New Orleans, I walk down Bourbon Street, and I smell that marijuana. I just, Y'all sit right there. Because your past will always remind you. Because they're still trying to catch up with you. Y'all can sit down. They're good, though. He got in between the future and the past. All I'm trying to get y'all to do is be consistent in the things of God and develop after your deliverance, because your past still ain't forgot you. I'm done. Can I be done? High five your neighbor and say, neighbor, your past trying to catch up to you. I'm done. I'm done. Bible says, watch this. The sea split. And they walked on dry ground. The greatest miracle, one of in the Old Testament. The sea split. And they walked on dry land. The sea split. And they walked on dry land. It's a miracle because it's a sea. God split it. And the waters went back. And they walked all that water and the land dry. Y'all too cute. Ain't no mud. Dry land. Because if it's muddy land, Israel might get stuck. And if they get stuck, Pharaoh may catch up with them. Dry land. Now hold on. The whole time Pharaoh been coming after them, it's been rough terrain. But as soon as the land became dry, read it. The Bible said his horses and chariots, when they got in there, it said that their wheels fell off. The whole time it was rough, it didn't fall off. But now that the land is dry and soft, now the wheels want to fall off. Y'all sit right there. God knows how to get your enemy, when to get your enemy, what time to get your enemy. So leave your enemies alone. And then the Bible says, y'all help me, and Pharaoh and his army got drowned in the Red Sea. Yes, they did, my Lord. Tell your neighbor, they got drowned in the Red Sea. How many know God delivered them? But he was also, I ain't going now, developing them. Some of us ought to thank God, not for the house and the car, but thank God for the miracles and the blessings that he kept your enemies back. Do I have a witness? I might as well preach a little bit. Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, God has delivered me from dangerous scenes and unseen. Do I have a witness in this house today? I'm looking for 10 of y'all that can thank God that God has drowned some enemies of yours. Okay. Hold on. Can I tell you, Pam? I didn't realize. Hold on. Stay up. I didn't realize what this story was really about. That after God delivered them, what he was doing was changing their life and letting them be a witness and letting their life be a witness. What do you mean? The Red Sea was not just about deliverance. It was about baptism. It was the first baptism that ever happened. How do you know? Because they went down in the water and they came up out of the water. Hold on. They went down, came up, but the enemy drowned. They went down, came up. Y'all ain't got it yet. Their old man was gone, and a new man showed up. And the things that were after them is still coming but never catching. I wish I had a witness. High five your neighbor and say, neighbor, I'm so glad that God keeps on keeping me. God keeps on blessing me. I'm done. I ain't doing it. Catch me next week. I'm done. He's a God who not just delivers, he develops. He develops. I'm begging y'all, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. I'll be teaching Bible study. This week is singles ministry, youth ministry. Parents, please bring your children Wednesday. We'll only keep them here 1 hour at school night, 6 to 7. Next Wednesday, I will be teaching. And I will be teaching on a subject sort of like this. And like this. Those that come to Bible study know it's like this. Am I right or wrong? If you're not working 1 Wednesday out of a month, is when I teach now. Because we're doing other things in ministry. But I make it so serious for that one time that I'm going to cover a different range of topics. Not this Wednesday because it's singles and youth. But if you come next week, start your growth. Start your development. When you don't develop after deliverance, you're giving the enemy the chance to switch around God and get to where you are. So God is in between you. But you got to do the thing to keep God down. That's good, Mama Chapman. Can I sing this song? Can I sing this? I don't feel no waste time. Standing, we're going home. I've come too far. I felt that song. Nobody told me that the road, Lord, don't. Have y'all been blessed? The doors of the church are open. Come on, let's sing that standard again before we go home. I don't. If you're here and you need prayer, listen. You're not saved. You're not saved. You know it. I need you to come to this altar today. Maybe the enemy has caught up with you. I need you to come and get your deliverance and then start your development. I don't believe he brought me. Take it to the bridge. I don't believe. If you're here, I want you to come. Maybe there's some things in your life that went crazy and out of whack. Would you come to this altar now? I don't. Come on, is there one? I don't believe. Yeah. Stay with me, Jesus. Would you come? You need prayer. Would you come? Stay with me. I don't believe. I want every head bowed before we go home. And I'm going to say this. I want them to hear me, Crystal. Stay right there. If Jesus would come today and crack the sky, I'm not trying to put a game on you. I'm trying to put truth on you. If Jesus would come today, and he's coming back, and you ain't saved, you're not going to heaven. You're going to hell. That's the truth. I didn't write the Bible. If he would come, can you say you'll go back with him? If you can't say that, you need to come and take 15 seconds, because that's all it'll take, 15 seconds, and I pray with you for salvation. And he'll save you, and you'll be on your way to heaven. No matter what happens, you'll be on your way to heaven. If that's you, I don't care about what people think. God deliver us from people. Because the same folk that are looking at you crazy need to be up here themselves. Would you come? Is that you? Believe. Is that you? I don't believe. Is that you? I've got 10 more seconds. I got to go. I got 10 seconds. You're not saved. You ain't sure about it. You ain't sure. Even if you ain't sure, you need to come. I don't believe. I don't believe. That's God. This far to leave. So that everybody is saved. You should be at church every Sunday.